Hey everyone, in this video today we'll be discussing whether or not you should use linear or legacy look controls if you play on controller. A lot of players in the controller community have been switching to linear, and I myself have played on linear for a very long time and even recommended that you guys use linear. However, after playing on both legacy and linear, I have my opinions on both that I'll be discussing in this video. Before we get started, drop a comment down below and let me know what your favorite skin in Fortnite Chapter 2 is. Personally, mine right now is either Red Knight or Skull Ranger. Anyway guys, let's get right into the video. I made a video not too long ago discussing which settings I thought were the best for controller Fortnite. I still do stand by what I said in regards to the sensitivities, but there's one major setting that is holding a lot of controller players back that will make things much easier in regards to aiming, getting more eliminations, improving mechanics, and having more success overall. After I made the settings video, nearly everyone that watched switched from legacy look controls to linear sensitivity. There's a major difference between the two. Linear makes your controller feel more like mouse and keyboard, whereas legacy look controls makes your controller feel more like a controller. In many ways, a lot of players enjoy this feeling on both sensitivities. The major difference between legacy and linear though is how much aim assist you're actually getting. When I switched to linear, I was noticing that I was building significantly smoother, faster, and my edits were cleaner. I struggled on legacy with building and editing because I felt more confined and locked, whereas with linear, I could move any way that I wanted and how fast I wanted. When it came to playing in-game though, I noticed some major problems with my aim. It almost felt like I never got aim assist, and in many instances, I really didn't get aim assist. When I would aim at an enemy through a window, I didn't get any form of aim assist whatsoever. It was like I turned my aim assist strength down to 0 and I couldn't do anything. When it came to mid-range and long range with my assault rifles and SMGs, and sometimes even shotguns, I didn't feel any aim assist at all. It's not that I rely on aim assist to play, because for a very long time I used linear and had over a 6.0 KD, but being a controller player, I wanted the advantage of really strong aim assist. In arena and in competitive tournaments, I would oftentimes find myself hitting for a low amount of damage and not getting any aim assist at all on my shots. My building and editing was fast and smooth, and in box fights I was deadly with my shotguns and SMGs, but missing out on L2 and missing AR shots because my aim assist wasn't as strong really did hurt my game. And then I found out about legacy look controls. Once I turned on legacy look controls, I started really popping off in arena, public matches, as well as creative, and I felt like myself again. After messing with the settings and sensitivities, I felt as though I could build and edit just as fast and smooth as I could on linear, and on top of that, I was hitting more shots. There's a significant amount of players still using linear and are struggling, and I noticed that with a lot of pro controller players, their movements were much different and just as smooth and fast as players who use mouse and keyboard compared to that of controller players. But they started hitting for less damage and missing more shots. I noticed immediately that when I turned on legacy settings, I was hitting for more damage, and anytime I locked onto my enemy, it was always at their chest exactly. Because of this, I started eliminating more players much faster and easier because I could spam L2 again with my shotgun and get that aimbot aim assist that all mouse and keyboard players hate. With all this being said, there's two major differences in linear and legacy. With legacy, you feel more confined with your building and editing, but your mechanics and aim are definitely enhanced. If you're in a tight situation, simply spamming L2 and shooting your weapon at the same time could be the difference maker in a fight. However, with linear, you're giving up your aim assist strength for enhanced building, editing, and close range dominance. With all this being said, I recommend you guys try both settings, but in my opinion, legacy seems more dominant when it comes to overall controller capabilities. Because you could argue that mouse and keyboard feels better, and if you switch to linear because of it, might as well try out mouse and keyboard, because having overpowered L2 is in my opinion a huge advantage over mouse and keyboard players, since they have a lot of advantages already over controller players. If you guys do switch back to legacy, you'll notice at first it feels much different and more blocky compared to the freedom you get with linear. But you'll notice in your first game or when you shoot at an enemy, you get much more aim assist, and because of this, it's going to be really hard to miss shots. If you struggle with accuracy on linear, that's totally normal. If you need more aim assist strength, then I definitely recommend legacy. If you're a creative warrior or someone who loves to build or plays through their building and editing skill, I highly recommend playing on linear. Linear is definitely not for everyone though, so choose what feels best for you, not what other players are playing on. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, smash that like button and use code YTVerbis in the item shop, as well as dropping a comment down below and let me know what your favorite skin in Fortnite Chapter 2 is. Anyway guys, I'll catch you next video. Peace out.